Amara sat in the passenger seat watching Liwei press the accelerator as the car sped forward. The only sound between them was the low roar of the engine. His focus never wavered from the road, his expression cold and unreadable as always. Her mind was a storm of thoughts about what had just happened, the way he had walked in, taken her away from her date with Kevin, and spoken those words that still echoed in her head. She wondered if he had truly meant them, or if this was just another one of his games. He never glanced her way, keeping his sharp eyes locked ahead. Amara had questions. So many questions. Gathering courage, she finally asked where they were going. Liwei remained silent. She pushed further, asking why he had done what he did and how he had even known she was on a date with Kevin. That was when he finally turned to her, his gaze piercing and unyielding, and asked why she wanted to know, if she wished to go back and be with Kevin. The sharpness of his tone silenced her. He looked back at the road, and the car surged forward again. She tried to keep her voice steady as she asked once more where they were going, noting that he clearly wasn't taking her back to campus. Still, he said nothing. Frustration began to churn inside her. She didn't want to demand answers, but his silence was unbearable. She told him to take her back, insisting that he could not just take her away without a word and with no explanation of where they were headed. When he continued to ignore her, she felt herself snap. She threatened to get out of the car and walk back on her own. The words tumbled out, sharper than she intended, driven by the icy wall he kept between them. She reminded him that he had interrupted her date with Kevin. At the sound of that name, he suddenly brought the car to a halt in the middle of the road. His eyes turned to her, cold and searching, and he asked if she liked Kevin so much that she wanted to return to him. Amara's voice trembled with a mix of frustration and hurt as she told him she simply wanted an explanation, something, anything, that would help her understand. His silence was tearing her apart. But inside, Liwei's mind was in turmoil. It wasn't that he didn't want to speak. He simply didn't know how to put into words the truth. That his heart ached for her. Years of teaching himself to be detached had left him unable to express the emotions burning inside him. When the silence stretched on, Amara pushed open the door and stepped out, determined to walk back on her own. She glanced over her shoulder, half hoping he would follow her, but he remained seated, watching her from the car. Her frustration